What's up, y'all? Hello, hello. Welcome to this week's Migrantathon reading sprints. Welcome, welcome. All right, so I have exciting news. Both Akasha and Nookie are out on the patio with me today. We love to see it. We're gonna see how this goes. They've been doing a good job of coexisting, and I'm very proud of them. Like, yes, you're good girls. Yes, you are. You're such good girls. Yes, you are. So, I'm really excited for these sprints for several reasons. One, being that I get to complete a book during these reading sprints, and I will be completing The Apology, which I have read almost exclusively on these reading sprints every week. Now, the next exciting thing that I get to do is start a new book, and I will be picking from one of these two books to start. They're both brand new releases. All Things Under the Moon released in 2025, and Shards of Silence by Brian Lee Young released this year in 2026. Very excited. I think either of those stories I could not go wrong. One is an Indigenous Native American writer, and the other is a Korean writer. So I don't think I can go wrong with either work. Definitely blessed. Yes, I'm the only thing I'm a little nervous about is that since our house is since the back porch faces an alley, I'm nervous about someone walking with their dog or a squirrel because I don't want Akasha to get overexcited. Akasha doesn't mean to be too aggressive, but when her prey drive instinct gets activated, that's the trouble. And so I just try to make sure Nookie's not near her whenever that happens. But she's been doing such a good job of being gentle with Nookie, and she's really learning, and I'm really proud of her. She is a big wolf, a big bad wolf. I love her. So let's see how far I am in The Apology. I've been annotating this book so well. Yo, look at these annotations. I'm just really enjoying the story. I love how it balances the spirit world, the physical world. I love the Korean telenovela vibes of it. I love the bickering sisters. Oh, I actually forgot. Yes, I did finish this book. I ended up reading the last 60 pages of this book a few nights ago. I completely forgot. I'm looking at the notes that I wrote. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I ended up giving this book 5 out of 5 stars. It's so good. So that means we've got to pick between these two. I am torn. I think I want to read All Things Under the Moon, but I keep looking at this one. And I've been thinking a lot about Brian Lee Young because I've been thinking about The Healer of the Water Monster, his first book, and how much that book touched me. So he is a freshman, barely even dreamed of going to college because mom and I can't afford it. But now that Sagefield has provided a scholarship, I feel there's a chance I could go on to an Ivy League. Me, a res kid. It's really exciting. Very, very exciting. I'm going to read the first sentence of both of these books, and then that will kind of help me decide what I'm going to do. So the first sentence is, I hold on to Masani Mildred's wrinkled hand while we wait for her primary care physician to come into the bright, sterile room. Solid line. Sets the scene very well. All right. Now for this one. This one is set. It opens in Daigyoori in 1924. The monsoon rain was at its worst that July, is the first sentence. Hmm. Oh my God. I just know both of these books are going to be so good. I think, I don't know. I think I'm going to go with Shards of Silence. I think I'm going to go with Brian Lee Young. I've read him before. He hasn't steered me wrong. So we're going to kick off our Fuck Ice Sprints with Shards of Silence by this incredible author. Wow. And I already know I'm going to annotate. I already know. I won't be able to help myself. I can't. I simply can't, darling. What about you, Steve? What are you going to be reading? And how long do we want our first sprint to be for? My hair looks good. I just popped out the shower. Nice and fluffy. I've been doing such a good job of taking care of it lately. So I'm very proud of myself for that. Man, I'm excited. I'm excited. This is going to be really good. Man, The Apology went too fast. That book was so good. So good. I've got The Sympathizer by Viet Thanh Nguyen and the US version of Good Immigrant. So if I can't get into one, hopefully I can get into the other. I think I'm unfortunately in the middle of Make Me a Monster by Colin Bayron. I hope that the book is going well. I know that you really love that author. And we stand. Hey, reading The Thousand Crimes of Ming Su by Tom Lin. Sounds, again, I know we've spoken about it, but it just sounds so engrossing, and I'm really glad to hear that you're reading it. I have selected Shards of Silence by Brian Lee Young, and I think it's going to be very good. This is my water, my hydration water. It's got electrolytes in it, cherry lime electrolytes. It's good old-fashioned tap water outside of that. My goal for this sprint was to make sure I ate something and I had a banana and to drink some water. So we're off to a good start. How long do we want our first sprint to be for? We can sprint for a half hour if you guys want to start off nice and slow, nice and gentle, or we can go for a 45, but I'm down to clown either way. It's so beautiful. Oh, I love seeing my dogs out here. Just together. Happy. Very pleased. I'm too pleased. It's like I'm torn because I'm down for a historical setting, just thinking about technology and modernism. I love having a break from that, especially via books. So I'm not really in the mood for a contemporary. And I'm also reading for Queer Blackathon. I'm finishing up a 24-hour readathon that I started. And I'm reading a queer contemporary by Julian Winters. And I'm just so over it. I'm so over it. It's really good, but I've kind of just fatigued out of the story and I'm ready for it to end. So that's kind of why I'm like, man, I would love to start All Things Under the Moon since this is set in 1924 and it's going to give me that no tech feel that I want, or at least no electronic technology. But I know this author is going to steer me right. So We'll see how I feel as I'm reading this. If this first sprint, I'm just not in the mood for this story, then I'll switch to All Things Under the Moon. 45, I'm flexible on time as always. So perfect. Let's read until the hour. And I'm going to put on some lo-fi music for myself. I hope y'all enjoy whatever ambiance you choose. Break. What's good, y'all? Welcome back. That was the end of our first sprint for today's reading sprints. How did y'all do? How are your respective sprints? Y'all know that I started a new book. It's titled Shards of Silence by Brian Lee Young. Life in the City. And I got to page 25. Technically 24 in this book. I read for, I don't know how long, because we did a 45-minute sprint. So I think it took me about, all I know is the last 15 minutes, I took Akasha on a walk. So what's 45 minus 15? 30? Yeah, so it took me 30 minutes to read to page 24 of this. And Akasha hadn't had her morning walk, so I just took her on that. And the next sprint, it'll be Anook's turn to go for a walk. I am really grateful for these sprints because the last several days I've been really, really, really deeply sad. And I knew, like, with these sprints coming up, like, I gotta get out of bed. I have to do this. Like, and I feel so good. So thank you so much for coming, for being here. Even if you're watching this back in the future, I really appreciate you. I'm excited to hear how your sprints went. And basically what's happening in this book is Shorty has just arrived to Sage Fields Prep, which people who go to this, high school typically move on to go to Ivy League institutions. And he is the only kid from a reservation at this academy. So his mom is sending him off there in his dorm, saying goodbye currently. And that's basically where I'm at in the story. So I'm thinking for the next sprint of switching to All Things Under the Moon by Y.K. Choi, just so I can get this book started. It does have deckled edges, which I know a lot of you very strongly are opposed to deckled edges. I'm kind of indifferent. I don't love them, but I'm not gonna not read a book because they have them. Hell yeah. I'm really glad that you enjoyed the first chapter of The Sympathizer. I love to hear that. That's fantastic news. Julie read a couple chapters and doing a lot of relaxing because yesterday was a lot. I'm glad that you're taking care of yourself. It is very important. Very, very important. I bet you had a busy yesterday. Kara's on page 352 of year 1 by Nora Roberts. Thanks for these sprints. Incredible. I love to hear it. Thank you for coming, for being present. Sorry to know y'all been struggling. Glad to hear the sprint has given some structure. Thank you. I definitely want to make some t-shirts for our sprints. I think that would be really fun. I'm very excited. I'm glad. I'm grateful that everybody's here. I'm enjoying this book. I was not aware. I don't know why I was thinking that this was adult, but it's YA. This was published by Epic Reads. And part of why I'm switching is because I'm already trying to get through a YA novel that I'm just my brain's in the mood for some adult literature. So I'm excited because I think that this is going to give me the atmosphere that I'm seeking, the writing that I'm seeking. Phoebe has read 7% of Unbuild Walls by Silky Shah, getting through it pretty easily. I'm going to need to check that out. Unbuild Walls by Silk Shah. And this book is titled Unbuild Walls, Why Immigrant Justice Needs Abolition. Incredible. This book released, it looks like, in 2024, I want to say. Release dates. May 7th, 2024. The unabridged audiobook was released August 19th, 2025. That is incredible. I think that's a fantastic choice for these sprints. I appreciate you. And I'm really glad that you put that book on my radar. I'm looking up because there is a bee nest above me. Like, there's this crack in our ceiling. Where is it? You see that giant crack where they have a nest? And I just like to keep an eye on them. It's not going to stop me from using my porch. They do it every year. So I've gotten used to it. But there's like 4 bees chilling. Now there's just 1. But a second ago there was 4 having a party. And I'm like, yo, just stay in your crack. Just stay in your crack. That's all I ask. You know what's crazy? I was looking at Rage of Dragons today, right before this sprints, while I was trying to pick a book. And I came across my copy of Rage of Dragons, and I was like, damn, I really want to read the second book. So what's up? I'm so glad that you are here. Hello. It's so good to see you. Thank you for sliding. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. What's up, Dauntless? It is good to see you. I'm doing all right. You know, I'm kicking. Y'all being here for these sprints has boosted my mood so much. Because I'm not even gonna front. This past week has been, it's part of why you haven't seen a YouTube video from me. Grief is kicking my ass. It is kicking my behind. So y'all come into these sprints, it's just everything. It just, I know that the only thing I can do is schedule things and create busyness in my life and create structure in my life. That's all I can do. And when I'm doing that, I'm a lot healthier, I'm a lot happier. So I'm doing great. You know, my hair is looking good. I've been trying to take care of it, and it's definitely making progress. My dogs are coexisting. This is big progress because normally I can only have one of them out with me at a time, but they've been getting used to each other. For those who aren't familiar, I took one of my mom's dogs in when she died. And my German Shepherds are very, very territorial. They're both females. So it has been a difficult 2 years of getting them used to each other, but I'm so proud of them. Yes, I'm so proud. I'm so happy. Y'all don't know how many hours of training and hard work that I have put in and consistently put in on them, because they're family and I love them. And they deserve to be happy. Yes, she is such a good girl. She's progressed so much. She can walk past a Nook. She can be in the same space as a Nook. It was amazing. I'm so proud of her. So I'm excited for this next sprint to see how far I can get in all things under the moon. Amazing. Yeah, already I just feel like this is going to be the writing that I want. I just need me some good adult writing, you know? And this book has 300 pages. We love a 300-page novel. This book has just over 300 pages. It's like 330. So, friends, what should our next sprint run time be? We did a 45-minute sprint last time, and we can do another 45. We can do a half hour. What do you want to do? I think maybe a 45 is good, since I'm starting a new book, and I know I'm going to take 15 minutes out of our sprint to walk my Nookie Bear, because it's her turn for a walk. Keep doing 45. That sounds great. I think that sounds absolutely phenomenal. Griffin says, I don't even know what I'm going to read. I have an anthology with some immigrant authors. I could get authors in. I could get a head start on a book club read, The Poet Empress. That's beautiful. Beautiful title. I got Unbuild Walls and two others for free from Haymarket Books as part of their Abolish ICE, Abolish the Border free ebooks collection. Incredible. Incredible. Okay, so 50, so to the 50 mark, it looks like. All right, drink some water, put on some soothing music. Right, 45? No. If we do 45 minutes, what time is that? 45 minutes from now. Is that 5 minutes past the hour? I hate math. Yeah, the Poet Empress is a great name. 55. Okay. 55. Thank you, friends. Beautiful. All right, cuties. Let's see how she do me. Break.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back. That marks the end of our second round of reading sprints. Anouk is freshly walked. We had a fantastic little walk around the block. And I read some more of All Things Under the Moon, which means for my next sprint, I will be returning to the first book, the book that I started with. Shards of Silence, I believe it's called. Someone else has joined the chat and they are also reading Shards of Silence, which is part of why I want to go back to it. So we can read it together. I love to buddy read, y'all. I really do. And Akasha was just laying next to Nookie. It was so cute. Anouk looked very concerned, but it went so well. Yes, you did. You're a good girl. I'm so proud of my dogs. Thank you, y'all, for helping me with math because I was really fighting. Dang, my curls look good. Okay, I know that's right. Yeah, the hair's growing in nicely. I'm very proud of it. I can't wait to get locks, though. My goal is just I want to grow my hair until it's a bit thicker and healthier. And then when it's healthy, then I'm going to lock it. It's already healthy. It would be just fine to lock it as is. But for my own spiritual journey, I'm very excited. Yes, when I read the description, I thought it was romantasy, but hearing reviews, I'm more interested. Which book what are we talking about? Oh, The Poet and Empress. The Poet Empress, I assumed was romantasy as well, but sounds like I was incorrect, huh? Love to hear that. And I have not done any squats today. I try and do 100 squats a day. I try and do 100 squats of body weight squats throughout the day, and then I will do my squats with weights 3 days a week. But I do this for my grief and for my circulation. It's very important. Hi, I'm out doing yard work this morning, but wanted to pop in and say hi. I know I'm about to start Shards of Silence. I saw on y'all's Instagram recommendations, and it sounds so good. Shards of Silence was good. I read 25 pages. I was really enjoying it. Definitely very pleased. And I'm really glad that you're reading it. And I'm glad that you're here. I'm curious, Shayna, if you are listening at this moment, I'm curious what you're doing in your yard. Are you weeding? Are you planting? My pothos that I have here, both of them need to be watered. I collect rainwater to water my plants with, and the water is ready. So I do have to run it through a strainer though, because it is dirty. Not dirty. It's got some dog hair floating in it. This is my pro tip. When I get my dog hair on me and I'm filming or on camera, I love strips of tape to clean my shirt. I'm telling you. Saves life. It's life-saving. Okay, that's better. That is much, much better. Love my dogs, but they're always all over me. A couple chapters read is a big accomplishment. Big achievement. It's actually made me realize I don't know how much I've read of All Things Under the Moon. I've read to page 16. I am annotating this book. I like that the chapters are short and each of them are titled. This last chapter was Funeral. One of the characters died, and it was very, very sad, but we got to learn more about Korean grief rituals and death rites. So I put an annotation there for that. And it's very slice of life thus far. We're following a 17-year-old girl, a 17-year-old Korean girl who is surviving Japanese occupation. And it's about how Japanese occupation has affected her village, her family, her whole way of life. I do really like doing 25 at a time, personally. Yeah, and then I do them typically. I definitely did not just do 25, but I typically do go section them into bits of 25. And then I know it's time to do one when I've been sitting for a period. I had read online, I read that for every I can't remember how long it was. I can't remember if it's like an hour of sitting. Let's just say it's an hour of sitting, but for every hour of sitting, you're supposed to do X amount of squats. And I'm somebody who sits a lot. I move a lot, but I don't do lower body stressful things a whole lot. So for me, I just try to make sure I'm doing it throughout my day, especially if I find that I'm feeling sad or I'm feeling some stagnancy, then I'm like, okay, it's time to do some squats. And it's been a very healthy practice for me. I might change the shirt because I'm actually kind of hot. Oh, just a little bit hot. Right, Nook? Nookie beer. Now Kasha's jealous. What are you licking? Why are you licking the floor? Huh? What are you doing, Akasha? Come here. Yes. Yes, you are. Who's a jealous girl? Who's a jealous girl? Yes, you are the jealous girl. Yes, you are. Who's a good girl? Who's a Ghostbuster? Give me a patah. Oh, wow. Oh, so many paws. You want a treat? Do you want a treat? Okay. Come on, let's go get one. Let's go get a treat. What's this? What is this? You stay, Nookie. Oh, you almost fell. Who's so clumsy? Lay down. Here, you come on. Go over there. Go to your place. Yes. Not Akasha does all her own stunts. The baby. Yes, the dogs play the drums on them a lot, and they just lay there and take it. They're such good dogs. You're good girls. I love them. I love them more than anything. They're the best, and they both have had their morning walks. We're gonna have to repeat again because it's afternoon, but still, I'm very proud. They got their walks. All right, folks, let's do another sprint. Did you finish? You did. No, you're not going to come and take hers. That's why I gave it to her over there, because she finishes her treat, and then she's like, oh, what's a Nook eating? And I'm like, we're just going to avoid those problems right there. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. All right. My hair is just doing whatever it wants to do. Whatever the fuck. All right. So I got to go get the other book from the patio. Sadly, I had to go inside because my laptop was dying. But it has been charging. So maybe I can do the next sprint outside. This will be our final sprint because Suki Sunday is at 2 p.m. and it's 1:06 p.m. So I'm thinking... No, literally, Akasha eats so fast. I'm thinking we'll do another 45-minute sprint. Or, yeah, we'll do a 45-minute sprint. We'll wrap up, and then I'll head over to my Patreon for Suki Sunday, where we watch Supernatural in honor of my mom. One of my homies, Caleb, has been watching Supernatural in honor of my mom too. And I'm just really grateful that people are doing that. Like, I just know that that would mean a lot to her. All right, so let's break. Let's do our final sprint. I'm gonna switch back to shards of silence, even though this is exactly, it's getting me right. But okay, so final sprint, 45 minutes. Okay, I can do this. 45 plus 6, 51. No, that's not. Yeah, that's right. 51, right? Final sprint until 52. Oh, that's right. Look at my one brain cell working. They said I'd never amount to anything. All right, y'all. Break. Hey, enough. All right, that marks the end of our final sprint for today. How did everybody's respective sprints go? Griffin says, I look up just in time to see Jesse's eyes go so wide. The racism in this book. One of the students asked the main character, after he introduces himself to the class in Diné, and after he introduces himself and his clans, then a group of students approach him later, and one of them asks him if he's indigenous, why is his hair short? And I think that's probably the line that I was reading when you saw my eyes, because there's just been little comments throughout the book that I was not appreciative of, but I did get to page, let's see, I did get to page 46, which is, I got to page 48, the start of chapter 5. And it's pretty good. I'm enjoying it. Definitely looking forward to seeing how the rest of the story unfolds. I think as we transition into Suki Sunday, I'm going to be on the patio with Akasha reading Right Where I Left You by Julian Winters. And out of this, God damn it, it's dropping everything. Out of this, I am on page 331, so I'm incredibly close to finishing this. And there's 393 pages of this book. And I'm just very kind of over the story. Like, it's good, I'm enjoying it, but I'm definitely ready for it to end. So we love that. I love getting to finish a book. That feeling is unmatched. It's very much unmatched. Okay. Got to the halfway point, so I'm satisfied. Gonna start making lunch for the boys, and then we have Father's Day shenanigans planned. I hope that y'all have an amazing Father's Day. Is this your second Father's Day or your first? Time flies. Deeply and truly. One thing you can always count on. Yeah, like, and then of course somebody else was like, yeah, I'm 1% or I'm 3% or this, that, or the third. Just comments that I have difficulty controlling my face through. I started The Good Immigrant USA as well, so I've got both books on the go now. I need to not read too many things at once. Otherwise, I'll never finish anything, and that's valid. I only read 37 pages, but I'm reading a book. I'm actively live blogging at some friends, so it's very slow going. I might come read with the gang while y'all watch Supernatural. We would absolutely love to have you. Absolutely. I got to get that link set up right now, actually, because I don't think I have our Suki Sunday link set up. I'm very, very excited for this round of episodes. I think that we're almost done with season 9, and I'm curious to know if this would be if we're going to hit the finale. We'll see. We will have to see. I'm very excited to see how it goes. And we will be doing these sprints same exact time next week. I'm really happy to see how many of y'all were able to show up. And I think I read approximately, I don't know how many pages I read. I read How many did I say I got of Shards of Silence? Did I say 58? Let's see, where did I get? Okay, so I'm on page 48 of Shards of Silence, and then I read $15 pages of All Things Under the Moon. So 48, 58, 59, 66, 26, 63. So 63 pages during these sprints is pretty good. I'm very pleased. Very, very pleased. I feel like I read something else, but no, I read the apology. And yeah, we love. Okay, so wow, second Father's Day. That's insane. I absolutely love to hear it. Wow, what a blessing. Walking, talking, making a big mess. I bet. I know that's right. What a blessing. I'm so happy to hear that the boys are doing well. Thank you so much, everybody who made it to these Migrantathon reading sprints or who are watching the sprints back in the future. It means a lot. So much. I'm going to see y'all same time, same place next week. Hopefully by next week, I will have some merch designs laid out just to make it more fun. I would love to have some merch attached to Migrantathon just because it's such an important event, and I think it would be really fun to have a shirt that I wear during my reading sprints. I don't know about y'all. I have dog hair on me like always. But what I'm going to be doing for the next sprint, I'm finally getting around to cleaning our oven. Our oven has been smoking whenever we try to use it, so we haven't used it in months, and I'm in the process of trying to fix that. So I'm going to be doing that and finishing right where I left you. And I'm very excited. I used to work in a 2 to 3 year old classroom at an early ed center. They're so much fun. I love to hear it. That is very, very precious. All right, friends, I will talk to y'all very soon. We'll see you next week. And then this week on my channel, you will see at least 2 videos. That is something that you can count on. I'm almost done editing a book buzz video that I've been editing forever, and I can't wait for y'all to see it. So thank you for making it to another Migrantathon, aka Fuck Ice reading sprint. And I will see y'all